Where's Picket Post? I think there's some fresh snow on that ridge in front of Picket Post too.
Yeah. Did you find it?
Well, there's no concrete water truck here. And the water line is here. The water line would lead on up there somewhere to the spring, like you say.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's where the GPS says it is. I bet it's right up in that brushy draw.
Here's the original water tank right here. Right there. Yeah, no concrete there.
Are you going to come up, Dad, or stay there? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, didn't do me any good that time.
No, hey, but I got it on film.
You did?
Yeah, I got on video. That was that dramatic shot I was hoping for. That was good acting. I almost believed it for a second.
I can go that thing.
Tank right there.
Oh, there's the, yeah. There's the original water tank.
Here's the, you see the old header pipe? And then there's the new one that they use nowadays. It's black rubber pipe.
I gotta go sit down on the water tank.
There's a trail here that goes on up the ridge. I'm gonna go on and hike on up here.
Okay, if you get to the spring, take a picture of it.
Chancy,
Yep, I'll go.
I left my camera at home. I jumped up and ran out the door. Not realizing I didn't put my camera in my pocket when I sat down on the bed to watch the game with Cindy. So I'm guessing the spring must be around this knob here. That's why the water pipes run up there, but rather than follow the water pipes when they want to get to it, they cut this easier trail.
Good thinking.
It looked like it would have been hard to follow those water pipes through that.
A little steep. It's the problem with making these videos. I watch them later and I think, I'm breathing so loud. It's like I'm gonna have a heart attack. It really picks them up. Oh, this is a nice trail.
My brother-in-law, the doctor, who has to have all the newest gizmos and gadgets, he has a couple of GoPro cameras and one with a 360-degree lens mounted on the top of his helmet that he's worn a couple of times. We go out on the horses.
That household is the first time I ever saw and knew that there was such a thing as a wireless meat thermometer. I was there for the unboxing.
Holy cow. Where's this trail taking us, Chancy?
Where these cattle are.
Yeah, I don't think it's cattle climbing up here. This is the ranchers. Do you want to take that one? Or this one?
I'd say the left looks a little more traveled.
It looks like, I'm going to guess they're...
Because the pipes are off to the left, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm guessing they probably lead to the same place up here. Let's go find out. The cattle are smarter than to climb right up here. Did I say they probably both lead to the same place? This is the easier route we took. Are you there yet?
I thought the springs were always down low. Huh.
So they say cows don't pee. They say cows pee. I wonder where this thing is. Is this the trail to the spring or just a trail? Somewhere we're going to tuck over and look into that draw to the left, don't we? going so far, so I'd look straight back and look at my brother.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about him getting back. He looks very spent.
He's getting a good rest.
Yeah. Wish I would have brought my little backpacking chair for him. I wasn't thinking.
Okay. I'm going up to the top of this trail and we'll reconsider what I'm doing.
Reevaluate the plan.
Yeah. Maybe we can see something. Maybe that's over. Right up here. I think it's going to top over here somewhere.
It always seems like it's going to, doesn't it?
Yep.
I think we should go over here and look down in that draw. If we could see the piping, it would point us in the right direction.
I know, we're about to top over here and there's no pump to pump that water upfield into the pipe.
Oh. Well, you think they have a watering trough up here?
No. I don't know, the cattle are coming up here those.
Yeah, I said their feed, their water, and their shade is down there. Why are they coming up here?
They might be coming up here because they graze it out down there, maybe.
Yeah, we did pretty good. All right. Here's Superior.
What?
Isn't that Superior?
No, that's Riverside and Kelvin.
Okay.
That's the Ray Mine. Superior's clear over those mountains over there at the clouds. Tracked them all the way up here just for you.
Huh.
That spring might be as I'm up there in that draw.
Yep, I'm game.
Just a little bit farther, right?
Just over the next hill.
There's little black pebbles all over the place. I wonder. Volcanic?
A little bit of a cattle trail right here going down this draw. You've had enough fun? Oh no, my jacket. Can't rip my favorite jacket. Ouch. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Can't rip my favorite jacket. Destroy that jacket. This is my all-time favorite jacket. I wear it everywhere. That would be a sad day. That would be a sad day. It was a good idea, wasn't it? Oh, look at that. What is that? Ooh. This is bad stuff. Oh, this is blue stuff. Certainly got a dead end. Defeat. Yeah, I never would have made it down there. Man, that cat got thick. Well, this looks like a little bit of a game trail. Say it again. Oh, the spring. Okay. That's a cool rock. That's cool. Stupid boots. Never. Love them, but they never stay tight. That looks like the trail. I think we're back. We are back in business. Did you drop down to the wash and then come up? Okay.
The trail, just right over there, came so close to this ridge. I'm like, yeah, this is just off the trail, just the north. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go look down on the draw. And I'm standing there where there's my track. And I'm like, what the heck? There's a pipe down there on the bottom. I even got out the binoculars and looked. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna walk right over here. Come and stand over here where I was. And it's quite a bit larger pipe. It's like a 3-inch pipe. See it down there in the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
You see where it goes in and out? We can see about, what is that, 10 feet of it maybe?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that thing goes into this soft dirt here, and I'm like, I don't think they got around this rock wall to run that pipe up any higher, do you?
I wouldn't think.
I'm thinking it's got some kind of a cage or trap or something where the water has to seep right here, and they've got that pipe positioned such that water seeps into that line, and it's gravity fed all the way down to, for some reason, somewhere down this draw, they abandoned that 3-inch big pipe and went to that,
The plastic.
well, first the metal, then they bypassed that with that newer rubber. They may have had a break or something. But I think this must be it. This got to be where it originates, where that, because I can't see that pipe going any further up this
No,
wall.
it's pretty rough up there. I got to a wall of cat claw, and so I had to come back up. And
Yeah.
but it's And there's several drop-offs like this, about 4 that I came down, not quite this big.
And there's no more pipe
No pipe.
anywhere exposed. So I'm thinking this has got to be the spot, in my humble opinion.
In your humble opinion.
But since I left my camera at home, I'd love you to take a couple of pictures and zero in on the pipe there, what you can get of it. Yeah. Myself personally, I think this is a pretty unique spot. That's why I started over here. First of all, I was like, hey, look at this thing sticking up here. I'm like, I'm going to go get a better look. This is kind of picturesque right here in this little draw. And all of a sudden, I look down there. I'm like, hey, there's the pipe down there on the bottom.
Well, this rock is interesting, this gray on the rock. That's unusual.
I know.
I mean, it's a mineral from the spring.
Yeah, good question. But I'm thinking rainwater must drain, seep in. It might run underwater to get underneath this rock and collect right there. Maybe there's a seep where it can get through the rock. And that's why this is like the spring here. And they could put their pipe right there and gravity feed on down the draw.
Yeah, if I brought my handsaw and some shears, I think I could have made it all the way down here, but
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
That was pretty.
Cat claw.
Yeah, I was just getting stuck in it, but
We'll get some good pictures for your brother, because I'm thinking this is the source. I think Kane Spring, probably what's on the map is where the rancher's got his water tank down there for the feed for the cattle and whatnot. But
yeah, this definitely, it looks like a natural pulling up area as well. Nice and level.
I'm claiming naming right, like Lewis and Clark.
Yeah. We got here second, we'll name it. Yeah.
I'm changing the name to Rogers Springs.
Roger Springs, I like it. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you. I think that is a plausible theory. Because that rock is definitely, that gray discoloration is unique.
Yeah.
You don't see it up here. You don't see it.
Look what a cool little spot this is right here.
It really is.
Here on this little hump of a ridge right here, I came underneath. Actually, I came from up there and I down into there.
I think you're onto something. From where I came down, which was just on the other side here, where I got stopped, I didn't see any area that large that could pull up water. That's
Cool. Still report back and eat lunch. You know, if we didn't have horses, I think I would have become a serious backpacker. I just enjoy being out.
I used to do it a lot when I was younger, and I would still ride with my dad sometimes, and sure is a lot more work with the horses.
Go down low or stay up high?
I think we should stay up high. I think we'll get, yeah, that was not good rock to, very crumbly. Yeah, and the difference comparing the two is backpacking was just so much, it was more work physically, but so much less trouble.
Oh yeah.
Not dealing with the horses.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
It was, you just pack up camp in 5 to 10 minutes and off you go. And
That's for sure.
yeah, but we had one, we went with that crazy friend of his, Max, down to Rivas, and I hiked, and my boot, on the way back, my boot, the whole sole came off.
Oh yeah.
So fortunately, I was able to get up on that pack horse,
Yeah.
and he had those red saddlebags that you guys had, the nylon, and I was able to get up on there right out. And I noticed you sure get to see a lot more scenery on the back of a horse.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say, because our trips we did in the Wind River, up there,
Yeah,
that cowboy, one of the cowboy that we rented those pack horses from, that's what he told us. He says, yeah, most of my customers now are former backpackers, because once they got up on a horse, they're like, whoa, this is really scenic. I've never seen all this before. Like a little place you could get out of the rain if you had to.
Yeah,
huh?
an emergency, that doesn't look too bad, does it? No. Definitely something's been in there. Yeah, I did notice that specifically, that I could just not have to look at where every foot is going with every step, and I could just...
Well, with your backpack on, you're hunched over like this, especially going uphill.
Right.
And if you're wearing a hat like this too. Yeah.
So in further up in that creek there, that ravine, there was a rusted out, looked about the size of a paint can,
Oh, yeah.
gallon paint can,
Yeah.
and it had concrete in it. It was all rusted out.
Wow.
So there's some signs of something up there. Human habitation. There you go. Yeah. There's a lot of confidence in us. Oh, there's that steel pipe. The core discovery is back.
The Army Corps of Discovery.
No woolly mammoths though. Zero. When Lewis and Clark got sent off, the president at the time, I forget who it was, fully
Thomas
expected them to
Jefferson.
find woolly mammoths. He thought
Yeah.
they would find them on the West
Yeah,
Coast.
maybe dinosaurs
Yeah.
or something. You didn't know what was out there. Why don't you go find them?
Yeah.
No, we.
You guys find.
Well,
we
I'll put
found
them.
this trail goes up way up there.
I can see you coming down up there.
Chancey?
I can see both of you coming down here just now.
You did? Yeah.
Well,
just right up there, you can almost see part of that rock cropping, huh? See just through the tops of the bushes, those kind of rusty colored rock cliff there?
Yeah.
We think the spring is like right at the foot of those. Because we went up way high where the trail goes. We were just hiking up the trail. Finally got so far up there and the trail started petering out and we could tell it was going way too far. And like, let's walk over the ridge where the pipes are supposed to be and see what we see. And we were way up there towards the top and there's nothing.
You didn't find a spring.
Not way up there, but I got on the trail to come back down. And Chancey says, I'm going to hike down the ravine itself. And I got down over here in the trail. There's an open spot and we're just right on the lip. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'll step off the trail and look down in the canyon. And I look down, I'm like, oh, that's cool rocks. I'm going to go over there and look at that little rock spire. And I get over there, I look down in the ravine, and there's that dark brown rusty pipe just like that. Only 3 inch. It's bigger. And there's only about 10 feet of it out exposed on the ground. Went into the ground there, went into the ground here. And Chancey will show you the videos, but it's right at the foot of that cliff. It's a rounded cliff. And
Well, we know it's somewhere up there then, don't we?
oh, I think Chancey and I were looking at it. Chancey
I think I've got a pretty good video. I'll put this together and put it on YouTube and send you guys the link so you can.
When you're up in the air, could you see if there's a road up there on top?
We didn't get that high.
I didn't.
Or if there's camera?
Well, I got about to the top, and he said, if that drone goes down, I'm not hiking up to get it. So at that point, I turned around because I didn't want to go get it.
You lose that drone way up there, I'm not going to get it for
Yeah.
you.
So I turned around, and you know, Dad, that manual says 12 miles. And when I got over top of you, it gave me an alert, and it said, now given I was facing up the hill, but it said, turn the controller towards the drone, signal weak.
Huh.
So
Yeah, I don't believe it'll go 12 miles.
I know they make me very nervous. I think I will probably lose it in short order.
Made me nervous watching it fly.
It did.
I'm surprised you could hear it overhead.
Oh, I could hear it. I
Oh,
could
good.
hear it before I saw it.
Well, we were at the cabin, Apache Lake. I think it's when we were on the motorcycles, and it wasn't a real busy weekend, and someone kept flying a drone over us,
Oh, yeah.
a little one like that.
Oh, yeah. How about
Kept
that?
hovering between the road down to the marina and the cabin, and they were certainly watching us. And
How about that Forest Service? Probably
We'd-
just another hobbyist.
No, just,
yeah, we didn't know. We thought at any rate that's
Obvious.
kind of rude.
Just a hobbyist looking for something to look at.
Just three guys sitting around a campfire, or making a campfire. Yeah, I tried to come down this, and it was nice for a while, and then I got to a point that it was just a wall of cat claw, and I couldn't get underneath it. So
any cattle up there?
I didn't.
Nope. Saw some droppings. We were trying to decide if that was a cattle trail or a man-made trail. We were hiking all the way up there. Hey, it's starting to rain again. What the heck?
Let's go back down to this other water tank and let me get a picture of you guys standing by the water tank and we'll head back to the truck.
How are you feeling, Dad?
I'm doing okay.
I
think it'll be easier going back because it's downhill. Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little 2-pound aluminum backpacking chair. I meant to throw in my bag and take, and I forgot. I apologize for that.
A chair?
A chair for you, yeah. I meant to bring it, but
He's got chairs in the back of the truck.
I got, you know that fold-up stool I have?
yes.
It folds up in a little bag like that. I could have brought that.
But these ones have a back to them. They're pretty darn comfortable. They're made for backpacking. They're very small and light. I wish I would have got it.
The one my dad had, it didn't fold up. It just folds up and then he'd carry it over the saddle horn.
You see that orange thing from way up there? Way up there where I was. When I was looking down here, I'm like, oh, there's that orange, whatever that thing was down there. That thing sure stands out.
Nice and full. So based on that water running, there should be a steady flow of water coming from the spring, right?
There you go. Okay. Got it.
Hey. Stand back on. It's raining harder.
So now you're willing to concede that this is rain? That this previous was sprinkling, right?
It had
Mist.
advanced to the point of raining.
This is now classified as rain. So they feed the cattle cornmeal, huh?
That might be fortified or something.
I bet it wasn't raining when Phil held up that tree. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly whether the spread broke down or something, or something just hiked back here to the spring.
So where does this water line go? This must be the active one, because those go to that concrete tank.
It must be another tank down there somewhere.
There's a water line somewhere that comes to this pipe here.
What about this?
Good question.
Maybe the spring's up here and we didn't get to it yet. What does the GPS say, Dad? Don't look down when you're wearing a hat. Walking underneath branches. That line goes up pretty far. Do you think there's, yeah.
I wonder if he's got another tank somewhere.
Do you think they maybe drive water in here and fill a tank?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Hey, big water tank up there by the corrals, remember that white one?
Oh, yeah. With the water pump, the generator.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a pump. That's where he's got that set up. I think he's got an actual pump on that thing.
And then you think he's pumping water all the way up here?
I doubt it. Probably just got the water right there. The cattle will come to the water. And especially when that's a big corral there, probably when they do roundup and push all the cattle down there, they might have to spend a night or a day or something in there so they have water there.
Hey, I didn't sign up for hail.
Yes, what we said, we're getting hailed on.
I missed that in your email, Dad, in your text message.
Look at my sleeve.
It's a fun trip, though, isn't it? Well, one thing about it, at least we're headed back to the truck.
Yeah, imagine back in the day, what did they have? A covered wagon or just a horse and a couple saddlebags?
Stagecoach. You know, I think about that all the time. When it's cold someplace and just going across town to a store and it's cold. And I think, what in the world those pioneers do? They won't go visit somebody across town and it's cold and they had to go home at nighttime?
Yeah, they'd bundle up. They put a quilt across their lap and coat.
But that's it. They didn't have any heaters.
They were hardy souls. Hey, the rain's slacking up. Let's make a run for it.
It's 100 years, we'll see. I don't know how those people in 2025 used to drive Teslas to the store. They couldn't even just push a button and teleport, right?
Had their food regularly delivered. Yeah, we signed up for a service, Cassie. Wild Alaska Seafood.
Uh-huh.
Every 2 months they send a box to our front door. It's packed with styrofoam and dry ice. And so we get 6 salmon fillets, 2 halibut fillets, 2 cod, 2 rockfish. And they threw in some shrimp this time because it was our first order. And they send us an email and we can track it. And it gets delivered to the front door and we put everything in the freezer just what we're going to eat first. And
Gosh, isn't that amazing? Flown in from Alaska, straight to your door in Mesa.
Wild Alaska. The people running it pretty much far better than what you get at Costco or grocery store because that's all farm raised and it's got things in it that are not good for you and stuff.
Probably had the dye and whatnot.
Yeah, like it's probably in the plastic, you know. It's not straight from the clean cold water. It's Alaska. Wild caught. So, you know. Which is what I have in my pack right now. We're gonna crackers and cheese and some little bite of salmon we had left over.
That's a good lunch.
Hey, this is easier going downhill.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah. Funny how that happens, huh?
You don't notice the grade till you get out and walk it, huh?
Aerial video?
I did. I didn't remember to hit the record button until I was overhead of you. So I need to figure that thing out. It's not quite as easy as I thought it was.
I was going to tell you, my nephew Jesse Benton. I don't know if you
Oh, yeah.
met Jesse.
Yeah.
But, he got married last April, springtime. And they did the ceremony somewhere around Canyon Lake, which was just family for the ceremony itself. But then they came over, and they were all waiting, and they had rented that steamer boat thing, you know,
Oh, the dolly.
the dolly steam wheel thing, paddle wheel, I mean, for the reception, and everybody rode. They had food and drinks and stuff, you know, for the guests. But they also hired a photographer, and the photographer had a drone. So you take videos of the event also and the boat ride and everything. Only this young kid, I guess he was experienced enough with his drone, but he'd never done drone, videos from a moving platform.
Oh.
And the boat moved out of range.
Oh no.
Drone. Yes,
Oh,
he was
no.
very concerned. He was saying, that's like a $1,200, $1,200,
Yeah.
something. It was expensive drone. But I guess that when it loses brakes lock, it
So-
hovers. It
Yes.
does position keeping, station keeping, just stays where it is.
Yeah, or it returns back to where it took off.
Well, we were up the canyon. So anyway, and the boat's moving, right? That's why I say the platform's moving. But he went and he either talked to the captain or somebody talked to the captain. Anyhow, the captain became aware of his plight, and he was nice enough, he turned that thing around.
Oh, geez.
Up there in the narrow part of the canyon lake. And he went back down the lake until that thing regained lock with the controller. And he got it back down to the ship, and then the captain did a 180 again and continued on our way on up the lake on our little cruise. I felt really bad for that young man, that he lost that drone, and never really worked from a moving platform before.
Yeah, I could see that getting you. When I first got it, I was just reading what I could, watching videos about them, and they said about 80% of the times that people lose drones is they don't pay attention to the winds and they exceed the limitation. And people don't understand the concept that it can be not so windy when you're standing here, but when you go up 5, 6, 800, 1,000 feet, the winds can pick up considerably.
Oh, yeah.
So they get in that and the drone can't overpower, and so it flies away, and then they blame the drone.
Yeah. And when they're out of drone, or were they able to locate it again? Hey, where'd all that rain go? Why did I put my sweatshirt back on?
Put detail on it at Kane Soring. Up and down the whole Kane Soring. Almost the last day of January.
Okay. My granddaughter Harley came home yesterday.
Yeah.
Iowa. Huh?
From there.
Yeah, from her mission. She's been in Iowa City Mission. She was serving her last couple of months in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, which used to be an overnight for America West days, when Iowa was all the farther we went.
She's the one that running that ride with you in Cordell up by the north of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, across the Babbitt Passage, and they camped out that night and watched the full moon come up over the ridge.
Yeah.
Boy, that is cool looking.
Yikes. Jared,
That is something.
you have to stop and admire the beauties of living in Arizona. Look at that canyon wall there.
Okay, you guys wait right here. Let me go get my camera set up. And then you walk around the corner.
Hey, Renee, could I talk you into bunching that and strapping it on those two straps back there?
Let's see here.
I got down that trail and I just happened to look back. I said, where'd my jacket go? It was hanging on some cat claw about 10 feet behind me.
So let's see.
Yeah, it's just,
buckle it under
yeah,
these
just
two straps.
buckle under those two. Uh-oh. Does it have any more play in it? Stand by. Is there not enough room?
Yeah, I'm gonna find out here. Yes.
One's good. That's good. Thank you.
You're not that guy, aren't you?
Actually, I stumbled. Look at that little ledge right there. There's one black rock sitting there
Yeah.
on that ledge. Probably been there somewhere between 1 and 2 bajillion years, huh?
Quite the flood that moved it up there.
Let's go. I'm doing much better going down here.
Yeah, you need some royal cactus. There's a 6 baby arms on it just starting out. 7 arms. So maybe, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I planted a swirl cactus at the cabin.
I did see that.
See it back behind the antlers there at the side of the driveway?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how long it lasts before somebody comes and steals it.
Are they that desirable?
$1 a foot.
Huh.
No, I'm sorry, $10 a foot when you go to a nursery.
Huh.
But I've been looking, I've been wanting one for a while and keep forgetting and procrastinating. And 2 weeks ago, I actually made a trip to the nursery on McKellips, said they sold them. They were closed, so I didn't get one. So Anna, Sydney and I were driving up there.
Look at that though.
Huh.
That one's out of service. Put a kink on that one.
That one up there like they have a string up there.
But, right there at the stop sign where the P&M Arena is on Brown Road, there's a guy set up there and he was selling potted cactus.
Where?
On Brown Road, at the stop sign where P&M Arena is, there's a guy with his little van and he had about 15, 20 cactus plants set up in pots. I'm like, cool.
So that way you got the cactus you planted up at the cabin?
We were on our way to the cabin anyway.
Oh.
But he wanted $25 for it. And I said, man, I'm sorry, the ATM only gives me 20s. Can you break the 20, you know? And he said, and he looks in his wallet there and he goes, no, I can't. I was like, he says, just take it for 20. And I said, are you going to be here? I'll try and break a 20. We're coming home tomorrow from the cabin. And I'm like, we're going to be working all day. We'll probably be coming home late. So,
Yeah, I did.
got it for 20 instead of 25. I felt bad ripping off the guy just trying to make a few bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, noticed that the antlers were back up and secured.
Yeah, every
Look
time
good.
I go, there's antlers on the ground, so I gather them up and put them back on the stand.
good rainfall, but the water really gets to running down this water.
At least so. Jared and I were up there somewhere and had my binoculars, and we looked down here and like, there's the road in the bottom. We can see where it climbs up out of the bottom, starts up the mountain. I think this is the spot we could see.
See what? Oh, where it left the bottom?
Thought we could. Look at this. Maybe those stage lines didn't always go right up the bottom of the wash here, huh?
Going up that way. Are we close to that? No. Yeah, I thought close to things. Now we see our horses because people keep from getting sore. And when the pioneers are crossing the plains, they look at trees and watch them.
Yeah,
They're good.
yeah, we would. It's interesting. It's like the road bed used to go up here on the side of the river, so washed away and eroded now, but did we come down this way or did we stay in the bottom of the wash?
I thought we came down this way.
Oh, well, let's go down. Don't tap my corner, me. Yeah, you can put it right there. There's been cowboys up here.
Yeah, I saw that on the way up. I saw that. There's two cans on here.
No, there's only one. All day. What's that?
IPA.
Session L.
Session.
What have you?
I have not. That was a very particular cowboy.
All day. Get the picture of a station wagon on there.
And that way I was going right, we found my love bloom.
Yep. If it wasn't too far off the trail, I'd hop off and go get it and clean up the Sonoran Desert.
Outside of Vegas, south of the city, there's a natural hot spring down towards the water that becomes Lake Mead.
Yeah.
And I hiked down to it one day, and it's all wash all the way down. No rocks, just sandy wash the whole way down. There's all these warning signs, and it says, much more difficult coming back up. Be careful, bring water. And I thought, oh gosh, they really overstep with all these signs and nonsense. And I walked the 3 miles down there. They were not kidding. That going uphill and nothing but sand. I would say it took 4 times the effort to get back up that. It's like every step that you took, about 50% of it was wasted, sinking on the sand. Yeah, and I thought, okay, those are well needed signs.
Yeah, that's the best place to ride a granny horse.
Oh, in case they throw you.
You can't work as hard, and if you do get backed off, it's just fun.
Where is that you're talking about, Chancey?
It was a hot spring outside of or south of Vegas that I hiked down to one day. And I went on a Tuesday. I didn't see a single soul, and I thought, oh, this is going to be great. And I get down there, and it's just nothing, just not even standing room only, of loud, obnoxious, drunk people. And so I didn't even get to go in the spring, but I saw it. But yeah, I was just telling them it's all washed all the way down, and all these warning signs. You know, be careful. It takes a lot more effort to come back up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't joking. It was quite a difference coming uphill on sand.
This can I picked up. Have to read the faded print that says, "Drink responsibly. They don't serve founders the climb." I can't figure out what. I must be missing a letter, but maybe Chancey can read it. Maybe if I cleaned it off a little better, but drink responsibly. They don't serve founders.
In the clink. That's jail.
Oh, clink.
In the clink.
Oh, they don't serve
Yeah, don't drive drunk and go to jail because they don't serve that beer.
in the clink.
In the
Well,
clink.
That's what that word is. Does that say climb? They don't serve founders in the climb? That doesn't make any sense. In the clink.
Yeah, and that's also the way you say that. You called it IPA. It's IPA is what it is. I don't know what it stands for, but they say IPA.
Oh, it's just letters, not the
It's
word?
it's an abbreviation for something that I don't know.
Founders all day IPA.
IPA.
All day IPA. That goes together better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
All day
IPA.
IPA.
yeah. So if
And
you're
and I read the top now too. It says founders. That's what they mean. They don't serve founders. It means they
Yeah.
don't serve these in the clink.
so if you ever decide to start drinking beer and you walk in the bar, don't order an IPA.
Don't know.
At least you'll have that go. My nephew told me an IPA.
Somewhere it has a picture of a station wagon with a canoe on top of it.
Yeah, that's some fancy pants beer.
There's another unique geological formation here in Arizona, with a tall saguaro cactus growing right out of the rock cliff. See, barrel cactuses doing that from time to time, but it's kind of unusual to see a saguaro right there in the rock face. How cool is that?
Uphill, Ken.
It's a darn uphill thing. We're gonna sleep good tonight, Dad.
Yeah. And tomorrow,
And-
my muscles gonna be so sore.
Oh, really?
It'll be hard to get out of bed.
Didn't I say I usually see barrel cactus going out the side of those rock cliffs?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I rested my case. I'm glad I wasn't standing here when the lightning hit that cactus. I'm guessing that's a lightning strike. Stamp that thing off like that.
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know, the bottom's kind of corroded. Maybe it was a strong wind just blew it hard enough and snapped it off. The rest of it looks fairly good condition, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now that's a cowboy right there. The other one was a Californian in a Subaru.
Yeah. This one says cowboy all over, doesn't it?
What happened to that one? You think a car hit it or javelina eating it?
Yeah, it looks like it came from right up there, doesn't it?
Yeah, where'd it come from?
Javelina's huh?
That's what I was wondering if it's javelina.
I don't know.
I wish you could have seen some deer or javelina today.
All I saw was an old cow.
That area that you're talking about, Rennie, the mountain biker that went over the edge. I went to a spot there, a little ravine that's out of view from the road, and I spent 2 weeks going out there and baiting it. I set up my trail cam. Sole purpose, I've seen a mountain lion in Usery, so I figure they're there.
Really?
Yeah, I was riding my scooter one night, and about 2 in the morning, and he was standing right in the middle of the road.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty dicey. You know, Cindy and I went to one of those outdoor shows at festivals from time to time. A lot of vendors, a lot of...
The RV shows?
Huh?
The RV show?
Not the RV show, it's an outdoor... Like I said,
Oh.
it's vendors that sell all sorts of gizmos and gadgets for, like she said, hikers and backpackers and
Oh, okay.
enthusiasts. And a lot of outfitters from up north, Alaska or Montana are there, you know. And fishing, fishing guys. It's just an outdoor extravaganza, but there's a big long one on the back. You had a great big long silhouette of a mountain lion. And it was Arizona Game and Fish. Had a table there, you know, for information for outdoorsmen, hunters and fishing. There's a guy there, he wasn't busy, so I started talking to him. I told him, I said, hey, we have a cabin at Apache Lake. Oh, nice. He said, I had my game camera set up a while back, and I got 4 pictures of a mountain lion right there. And he says, well, you weren't surprised, were you? And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I was. I've never seen a mountain lion on there before. He goes, well, you're right in the heart of mountain lion country, you know. I'm like, we are? He says, yeah. I'm like, I did not know that. Thank you for telling me. I'm not going to tell my wife.
One of Kelsey's neighbors is a retired dentist. I think it's his old bishop, but that's his hobby, is trail cams. And he has a bass boat for the sole purpose of going to Apache Lake, finding game trails, and he sets them up there. And that's what he tells Kelsey, is that's where he goes to get all of his mountain lion shots, is Apache Lake. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it on Facebook a couple of years back, but there was a couple of fishermen out there fishing on the lake early in the morning. And like, what is that out there in the water?
Well, that one's swimming.
Yeah, the one that was swimming across the lake. And they got out there with their camera and they took videos. They got close enough that you could see, and that thing was swimming, and it hit the north shore and jumped up and went on its way. Yeah. Yeah, those fishermen, they were out there early in the morning. You could tell it was an early morning video. And yeah, they got a video of that thing swimming and coming out of the lake and disappearing up the mountainside.
Yeah, my cam off Power Road there, the bush, I caught coyote, whatever that new animal is with the bushy striped tail from Mexico.
Hold on, I'll take it here in a minute.
Oaxaca or
Um, my memory's not so bad.
Got one bobcat, real nice looking bobcat in the middle of the day, which was cool. And then that's it. Not very exciting. But that
There used to be one up there at the cabin. You'd see them from time to time when they watched Coda Mondays.
yeah, that's it.
Coda Mondays. We were doing a part of the Arizona Trail up there by Sunflower, and I was riding with the LeSueurs, some of their kids, and Tyson, and probably about 10 of us in the line coming down the trail. And Cordell and Cannon had parked at the bottom, and they were coming up. And all of a sudden, we were coming down the side of this canyon. And the opposite side of that canyon exploded. Because we couldn't even count how many Coda Mondays there were, because they were all running for a circle. It was probably 15 or 20. And we figure they were moving up the bottom of that draw, moving away from Cordell and Cannon coming up. And when they encountered us, all of a sudden they hit the panic button and they just
Scattered.
exploded up that mountainside.
What?
Coda Mondays.
No. One time, I was with my dad and just ahead of a canyon up there by the cabin, and some Air Force pilot flew a jet plane right over that canyon, and that canyon just came alive with howls, whoa, 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 all over the place. And I thought, boy, we're going to see a lot of coyotes when we ride down through this canyon. Never saw a single one.
That's funny.
I thought you said when that happened, I remember you telling that story that he did it was a sonic boom. And when the boom happened, that's when the whole mountain.
They're not supposed to go supersonic.
I can remember hearing it a couple times up there when I was a kid.
It wasn't just the roar of the engine.
I think it was a boom.
Actually a sonic boom.
I think so.
Because they're supposed to do that in designated areas, and they have to fill out a report form when they get back.
I swear that we saw this 2 weekends ago. We were up there, and I heard this jet, and I jumped up and looked out there. And there was some jet over the lake, and he was in about an 80-degree bank like this, passing the marina and going through, and just solo. And I said, well, his buddy should be by shortly, and he never came around. So
maybe his buddy had to abort, so he went on his mission by himself.
And I text my son. I said, hey, look on the flight radar, and see, he couldn't see anything. So I don't know what it was, either a T-38 or maybe one of those private L-39s out of.
Oh really? You don't think
Falcon.
it was a fighter out of Luke?
It was white. It was a white underside.
Oh really? Yeah, maybe it was a private then.
Yeah, it was white underside. Very
Private,
stubby wings.
probably a private jet then of some type.
There's some L-39s at Falcon that. But it was, when I was a kid, that seemed to be more of a common occurrence.
Well, that's it. Once again, the Air Force, when they do their low-level training, they don't just go anywhere. The Air Force has established low-level training routes so they can publish them to the general population, general aviation folks to know where they are. That's why you see those fighters from Luke going up Apache Lake, because I don't know what their start point is, but their first checkpoint is Roosevelt Dam. They go from checkpoint to checkpoint. They're not doing IFR stuff. They're doing all
The visual.
Yeah, just all visual stuff. But
Yeah, they're charted on the VFR charts. I think they're called VR routes is what they're. But 2 summers ago, was that 2 summers ago, Dad, when we did that long ride and you followed us? Or was that 3? What? 3 summers ago. Well, our last night we camped just at the top of Salt River Canyon on the Globe side. And about 11 a.m. we're just sitting there, and man, these 2 F-16s just came screaming over us, and they couldn't have been any higher than 400 or 500 feet. And then about an hour later, 2 more came, and it was pretty cool.
Jared and I went for horseback rides on the Lehigh Buds down towards Gila Bend. And there's a little wilderness area out there. We're out there in the desert in the middle of nowhere. And here come 2 A-10s doing the same thing, maneuvering, deacon, and diving, and away they go, right on by. And they were quite low, those guys. They're designed to be flown low.
Slow and low, yeah.
Tank killers. Of course, air support.
don't think we would have made it over there.
Somebody did though, because we saw their tracks up there in the gravel. I think we're almost there. Just trying to walk sideways.
Just-
Off on the side of the mountain.
Checking to see if that hill's holding up okay.
Just seeing if I can walk on the side of the mountain, I guess.
I missed it. So going back to the 80s, you don't think you were never up at the cabin that you heard a sonic boom?
No,
Huh. Maybe I'm making that up.
I can remember hearing sonic booms when I was a real little kid over in Chandler. But the Air Force had to stop doing it because it broke windows and people complained. And it terrified ladies and dogs. And so the Air Force, what's the word? Not restricted, but regulated or established where Air Force pilots could do it. And the altitude, and then like I said, they had to fill out a supersonic card. That's one thing they let us do in pilot training. We first ride in the T-38. The instructor got in the front seat and we sat in the back seat. And they went up above the practice areas and they made a supersonic run. So Air Force pilots could say once in their life they'd actually done supersonic. That's all it was. They're just at altitude and just with the afterburner. We're up, I recall, quite high, I think, actually, above the practice areas. But there was just one place that I could go, and I know the instructor had to fill out the log afterwards after we got back down in the squadron building. And I think that's a result of pilots just doing it kind of willy-nilly whenever and wherever back in the 50s when jets first started coming in the inventory. I do remember hearing sonic booms over Chandler. You, Jared?
What was the purpose of them switching seats back to front for that?
Well, it was the very first ride in the T-38 for students, so it wasn't intended to be an instructional story. It was intended to be the opportunity for every Air Force pilot to say they'd gone supersonic. As far as I know, there wasn't much anything else to be done. Yep, somebody moved the truck all right. You hiked farther uphill than you thought you could, didn't you? That nice sunshine. A little while ago we were getting held on.
That's what the weatherman said it was going to do.
I think I see Jared's ledge.
We're getting close.
The family legend.
I'll name that one.
Here's the rock behind
Jared's rock.
We wound up, I noticed when we got the truck working, moved a little bit, it was pushing that rock. So I got the shovel and dug around it. That's why there's a hole around it. So that when it pushed, the rock would move, so the truck would eventually come off from it. So that's why that boulder appears to be sitting in a hole now. We dug that hole around it so it would move when the...
Yeah, from this perspective, it seems like it'd be pretty easy to see and avoid.
It was buried though.
Yeah.
Part of it was sticking up, and we thought it was we thought the truck had enough clearance to go over the top of it, but apparently it didn't. Missed it by that much.
So let's see. So this is your tire tracks, right?
Yeah, okay.
Here.
Over there.
So you came off. I don't know if this camera will pick up how steep that is, but I would call that at least 4 feet. So your tire came off right in that.
and you see it's not even. So it came off and then it started to go like that a little bit. And then, of course, it hit here and it straightened up and everything was okay.
It hit pretty hard here.
It hit pretty hard.
Wow. Yeah, I bet that was not fun. That day you bought that at the dealer, I don't think you upgraded that roll cage package. I don't think you added the roll cage.
No, I didn't. Look, that's a truck.
Document our cold lunch. Dad, say hello.
It's raining. Stop taking videos when it's raining.
That's the best part.
We're packing up and getting out of here.
Yeah, this is it was almost pleasant when we sat down. It's frozen.